There's this famous adage that people talk about, especially scientists. They talk about you need to evolve or perish. And while that is a biological metaphor in terms of the pathways and processes of evolution, it really applies as a metaphor to life. You gotta adapt. I mean, let's face it, with the evolution of technology, i.e. these smartphones that we have, we all walk around these computers in our pockets. The need to go to a physical museum is changing. Back in the day, museums, art, history, science, or otherwise, were physical structures that you had to go to. Hopefully you paid a fee, and you got exposed to this incredible suite of stuff that you had no way of having access to it before. Well, today, through these computers in our pockets, you can go to this modern-day Alexandria library, put in what you want, and get a wealth of information. In the concept of museum worlds, how do we stay relevant in this technologically accessible society? And so yes, we still want you, in our case, to come to COSI, have that hands-on experience, pull that lever, press that button, but we're all about science. And our mission is to engage, inspire, and transform lives and communities. Doesn't matter where you are. And so since we know science is everywhere and for everyone, if we can have an impact on you in Toledo or Texas or Taiwan, we're gonna try to do that under the COSI umbrella, COSI brand.
You know, in the beginning, COSI was the place that you had to go to get your, really cool COSI science experience. Then we evolved over the years. We got those box trucks. We were now taking it out to schools. We then got, over the years, we got science kits. Those are now going out via mail, via airplane, all over the country, all over the world. We have animated series now. You can get that on primetime TV. Who knows what's going to be next? I'm excited to see the future of what COSI can be, because yes, we are a building, but we're not just the building. We are all over, everywhere that, science is needed.
So you may not come to COSI, but we're gonna put our cool stuff in a box, and you might have a kid at home that walks you through energy, life sciences, space, zoology, you name it, all these different topics in this box inside your living room or your classroom. So it's thinking about how can you impact communities, whether that's locally in Central Ohio, in all 87 other counties, in the rest of the United States, or even beyond internationally.
And it's really a testament to our 60-year history that we are seen not only as this legacy institution here in Columbus and in Ohio, but as we start to do work with partners in other countries, with the State Department, and around the world, that people see us not just as a four walls here in Columbus, Ohio, but really as a world leader in science education.
And so excitingly, we've already been to Malta, Italy, Barbados, Egypt, India, England, France, Germany, Belgium. These are everything from activating a science festival, shipping kits, doing educational activation, showcasing our video content and holding seminars, to helping people plan better exhibits. You name it. It's not just a one-trick pony, but several of the modalities of what COSI offers have been executed in many of those cities.
We are coming in as humble partners. We know that we can't do this work alone. So we always make sure that we're working with other like-minded institutions. These are folks who know the audience, they know the atmosphere far better than we ever could, and they really are interested in what we bring from the science education lens. And so when we're overseas, those folks help us really narrow down who the audience is. We know who we want to impact, we know who we want to be working with, and they help us not only find those audiences, but also help us really understand the local context.
COSI's mission is to engage, inspire, and transform. And so I think what is really important about the color of science is to help connect people who may have traditionally felt excluded from scientific fields, or may have traditionally felt like, I haven't seen anybody do that kind of job that looks like me, so maybe it's not something that I should be participating in, or maybe it's not something that I should pursue. So the color of science is not only to just inspire students to say, no, you can be in this field, you can pursue that passion of yours for metalworking, or you can pursue that love of bumblebees and have something that is really meaningful and impactful.
They recognize that it doesn't matter where in the world you are, if people don't have access, they don't have access. And so how do we make sure that everyone has the opportunity to learn and to grow and sort of imagine their future. And if we're really interested in engaging, inspiring, and transforming communities, we need to make sure that we're getting out into those communities that don't have that access.
Science is for everyone means to me that we are being intentional about finding as many people as we can, wherever we can, and bringing science to them and making sure that they recognize that they have a place in the scientific community. They are welcome to come and explore with us. That's one of the driving things behind the Color of Science, is to help inform students that scientists don't all look the exact same. They're not always, an older person with gray hair, with glasses, wearing a white lab coat, tinkering with beakers and flasks. You have people who are out here doing some really creative things that you may not even recognize are actually STEM or STEAM related. And so that's my favorite part of that event, is to see the students kind of have that light switch, like, wait a minute, I didn't realize that this was something that I'm already interested in doing, but it technically is STEM or STEAM. The students get really excited for that.
It's after those shows that you'll have a kid come up and be like, I never thought I liked science. This is cool. When a kid comes up and says, I never understood that till today. Having those little moments like that could be the next person that's gonna go off and do something like really incredible in the science fields.
We spent time with the students, and as we were leaving, my phone buzzed, and it was a text message from one of the teachers, and it was a video of several of these, high school-aged boys spread out on the floor of her classroom, putting together the model of the James Webb Telescope, and they were deep into it, and they were super excited, and they were having a great time. And she just said, grazie, thank you so much for bringing this to us, and for bringing back the fun in it, because I think sometimes we get to this point where it becomes really serious work, and there's a lot of serious stuff that needs to be taught and learned, but we can do it in a way that engages people and excites them to continue that journey.
And so those things that we brought in here have really kind of allowed us to anchor to this new vision of, it's not just about the building, it's about science, period, wherever you live, learn, and lounge. And we like to say, from the womb to the tomb, we'll have something for you at COSI. Imagine if, at least in Ohio, if not beyond, when people thought about science and science engagement or science excitement or STEM or STEAM, that the first thing that popped into their mind was the 4 letters COSI, the Center of Science and Industry. But to dream big, to think that we're doing some stuff that can be so meaningful to an individual that when they think, wow, science, or wow, STEM, COSI, that would be phenomenal.
What does the future hold? I'm not sure. And I think that's the exciting part of it, is we don't know what's coming yet, but we know it's going to be good.